Disclaimer. Depression, especially depression like this, needs to be taken seriously. Yes, this video is a joke, but it's still kind of serious. Also, even though I am using the Moon Kitty I Spoil format type of video, I do not support Moon Kitty's actions in any way, okay? I don't. So, just keep that in mind. Anyways, let's go on. Let's do this damn video that took me 40 million thousands of years. You and your silly little blue cat are in Nimbasa City when all of a sudden the 14th letter of the alphabet and his stupid Rubik's Cube necklace show up. Storno tells him that he needs to fuck off in the nicest way possible, but as you guessed it, he isn't listening. He's just spinning around doing whatever shit in his mind. Then he tells you about the crying sounds he's heard at night, and he believes that it's the devil coming to take his little pathetic soul away. He's like drifting off and not listening to you while you try to ask him what the hell he was talking about, and you have to yell at him to get his attention back. Oh, don't worry, it's probably a ghost that's trapped here after they died horribly, says Storno, and does not like that idea, and he also talks about how he misses his hat. Why don't we do a stakeout and find the ghost and, kill it or some shit? I don't know, says you. And also, let's bring the cat along, because we all know about his paranormal abilities. After some convincing with a little wuss, you decide that it's a good idea to stake out in the middle of the night of New York City. Then they hear the crying again. So scary. Then Storno admits that he's being bothered by a ghost, but the ghost isn't the one crying, so it's probably a person. So let's follow it, says the people with the survival instincts of a potted plant. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing. They go into a tunnel and they find Emmett crying like a little rat. He gets up and runs away, but we follow him because no one gets privacy in this house. So they chase him into the night. He probably isn't even aware. Even though Storno does have the magical powers to become extremely fast, he doesn't give very much of a fuck, so he doesn't actually activate his powers and they give up immediately. Well, that sure was weird. Then Storno tries to yell at the voices in his head for being too loud, which freaks everyone out, even though they've seen this before. It sure seems like Storno knows this ghost kind of well. Alright, I'm following his ass, says Storno, running over to where he ran away. Then you and Ann are forced to have awkward conversation, which none of you like or appreciate. Storno goes into the field of infinite doom and despair, and he eventually finds Emmett just kinda crying over flowers like some weird little rat. How weird. Suddenly, Ingo shows up, backflipping in front of him and saying, "Hey, how's it going, man? Hey. This annoys Storno so much, he decides not to tell anyone about Ingo's out of pure spite. Then they gather their two stupid friends, Jane and Grayson, the ones that actually survived, to investigate this further. Oh, I know. Why don't we break into his house and read his diary, says Storno, and they're all perfectly okay with breaking into a man's house. So they wait for him to go home, and then they decide it's time, so they break into his house to read his diary, invading all of the personal privacy that he has. How sweet. They find the diary relatively quickly because Emmett is a dumbass. So then they read it. Hey, whoa! Suddenly, Storno gets an acid trip so intense that he gets a flashback into Emmett's entire life story. Many years ago, there used to be 3 of them. Yep, that's right, 3 of them. What a plot twist. Hi, I exist purely for the existence of extra angst, says Taria, breaking the fourth wall, and all 3 of them agree, along with their parents that soon get slimed up by teen plasma, and so does their older brother. They meet in and doomed by the narrative, not actual siblings, and they become friends until they realize that their parents could beat up their parents, which actually happens, so they decide to run away from each other. Then Taria is all like, I'm dying because I'm so surprised. Later, Ingo and Emmett are raised by the very grandpa emoji itself, until they turn 15, where he spontaneously combusts at the ripe age of 90 years old. Now, they are stupid teenagers running a whole-ass train station, and cool, they're in the coalition now, and cool, that's so cool, and wham! Ingo is dead, now he is no longer responsible for the train station. Wow, I really hate my life now, says Emmett, spiraling into the washing machine. He got flushed on the toilet. This was so depressing that there was a collective Jesus Christ from everyone in the room. Jesus Christ! It then gets incredibly awkward because In looks like he would rather be in the trenches of Vietnam at this moment. Suddenly vision time! Felistorno gets a vision of Ingo dying horribly. Oh no, I can't believe he died before he could finish this tray of Fig Newtons, cries Felistorno in pure anguish. Ingo just stares at him low-key. Oh yep, that's quest 1 complete. Everyone is now extremely uncomfortable. How sad. But then they encounter Chandler, who tells them about the conditions. Emmett has been rotting in his bed for the past 5 months, and now the Pokemon are not very happy. Which, yeah, that sucks, says Chandler. Now we need to kill him. We need to send him to a place far, far away, says Chandler. And, Felistorno isn't really listening all that much. The Pokemon are very mad. Now they want to overthrow the battle subway or some shit. I don't really know how they're gonna do that because they're Pokemon. Not everyone can understand them. I'm sorry, guys. But they're still determined to overthrow the battle subway or some shit. In other words, they want to pull a January 6th. So the group comes up with the most diabolical plan to try and help him not be depressed anymore. Why don't we get a mushroom to manipulate him into being happy again and having self-worth, says In. Everyone just completely agrees. So they go to the forest of drugs and shit, but before they do go into the entrance, they need to have a discussion. Is this legal? Then Jane and Anne have a serious argument on whether or not drugging a man is ethical. We're gonna go to jail for this, buddy. I don't care what. Oh, don't worry, I've done far worse. It's perfectly fine and normal to drug this person to manipulate him into having self-worth. We're going to jail. Sadly, they'll never find that answer because the killer rabbit from Monty Python shows up. And now, the mushroom is free, and the rabbit can get as high as it wants. Yo, we found them, ka-chow. Now stop being depressed. Your dad killed my dad. Oh, that's shit. Right. Your dad killed my dad, you little shit. Joke's on you, I'm adopted. What the fuck? He again rather be in the trenches of Vietnam. Then Emmett just starts crying, which suddenly it gets even more awkward because In accidentally made a dude cry, which he's not good with crying. So they all run away, leaving him for dead in the concrete. How productive. That's it. That's quest 2. Yay! Ah! Hey, Inghost, yells Felistorno, screaming. Get your brother to stop crying like a wuss, okay? No, why would I do that? That's not my problem. So they decide to brainstorm more, and Chandler shows up to tell them that they're doing a really bad job. We know we're doing a bad job, they yell back. And both Felistorno and Chandler and In, I guess, has a nice conversation until they start talking about the evil ghosts and the voices in their head, which he then walks away from. Yeah, that's so, cool and stuff like that. And yes, this did actually happen. They break into the house again and force In to talk to him again. Hey, buddy, I'm sorry about what my dad did several years ago. Shut the fuck up, I hate you so much. I have no one left in this wretched, wretched world. Eat. You got to eat to live. Also, this was found on Ingo's corpse. Emmett has a personal bandana against In, if you didn't tell. This room gets so awkward that everyone just wants to go home and be done for the day, and possibly for the rest of their miserable lives. Quest 3 complete! Yay! Emmett then leaves a bunch of hate comments on his content. But then it gets so awkward that the environment changes. Yep. Emmett tells them about a really scary cave that's under the battle subway, and it turns out that it's been around since Felistorno was a little child, so they all decide to go there to die somewhere. Over the mountain and through the woods to the horrible cave we go. We are here. Suddenly, the devil's pet goldfish comes for conflict, so Felistorno uses his magical fish-killing powers from the past to slime him out. Hip hip hooray, we killed a man, says all 5 of them, impressed about Felistorno's murder skills. Yay, let's go, yay! But they are being followed by the relics of the past. Hey, I'm actually, this is getting embarrassing. I'm gonna go help him now, I agree, as long as you pay me enough. Let's go, says Ingost. God damn, finally, this has taken so long. Felistorno is distraught as he looks at a star. He hates stars. With this meetup, Chandler, you, Felistorno and Ingost, I guess, who's just loitering in the corner, both agree to this. They decide, despite all of the conflict and all the one-sided beef, that they're gonna get in to do this. 'Cause why the fuck not? I said I wanted to be left alone. Fuck off, says Emmett. But we're going to give you a surprise birthday party. Come on, man. Come on. No, I said I have a personal vendetta against your little ass. I don't want to go with you. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to do it the hard way. What the fuck do you mean the hard way, man? Felistorno then does a kidnapping in broad daylight because he suddenly remembered that he is literally a huge-ass cat. Felistorno then does jujitsu to summon Ingost and the dirty little dysentery child. Emmett just starts sobbing harder. Get the fuck off! Hey, it's me! I'm in heaven now! So sorry I died. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I don't know, LMAO, says Ingost. Anyways, this is your problem now. Felistorno didn't pay me enough. Toodles, fucker, says Ingost, backflipping into oblivion. Emmett just breaks down sobbing harder because this was the most emotional moment in his life. You get a Mega Chandler Stone and get to take Chandler with you, so you leave him for dead in a crusty industrial cave. Wow, how climactic. Life is hard, but it's harder if you're stupid. Some memories are important to you. Sometimes it's best to keep those memories. But sometimes the only memories you need to be worried about are the ones that you make in the future. And that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta get your shit together. And I guess that's just how life works after all. We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame, we'll fight for the gospel.